Welcome to the Hollywood Raw YouTube page, guys. We're happy to have you here. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave us comments, do all the stuff.
What are you waiting for? Let's go. I got a drug addiction to feed.
Welcome to the Hollywood Raw podcast. Soy Vax Holt. That is Glynn. What's up, buddy?
How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the Hollywood Raw podcast, everyone. We are an entertainment news podcast where we cover all aspects. We reveal the fourth wall of the entertainment news industry. I am good. I am back. I just landed back from LA. I was there for a week. Now I'm home for 3 days, and then I go to Miami for a month. Why? Because this is the life of a rich person. No, I am mooching off. Dude, I was crashing on couches.
I was going to say a vagabond, but you in with rich person, whatever.
Yeah, no, get out of here. I'm a nomad right now. I'm just crashing on couches right now for the past, I did that in LA, and now I'm going to Miami for 3 weeks. I'm going to be there for Art Basel.
Oh,
are you familiar with Art Basel?
I've never been. I mean, I've reported on it. I've covered it because it's like one of those things that like everyone goes to, and I don't even know why. Like, are people really buying these, $100,000 art paintings and stuff? I think it's just a place to be seen in the middle of winter.
Yeah. It's just a scene. It's just a scene, but there's a lot of people going there. I just don't like being in New York this time of year. First off, like, it's cold. That's number one. It's cold. It's just, the sun goes down so early. It's just not healthy for me, at least. Like, I have such seasonal depression because I wear so many layers, and it's not fun. You can't, like, I ride a bike. I can't really ride a bike in the city because it's just so cold. The wind blowing in your face. Number two,
funny? Let me tell you, coming from a California perspective, is when you guys layer up, you guys look so cool. Like your big coats with like the sweater underneath it. We can't ever wear that crap here because it doesn't ever get cold enough. And I know it sounds funny coming from the other side of the country, but sometimes I look at the style in New York and I'm like, God, you guys all look so cool walking around in your cool jackets. And then I've got a closet full of cool jackets that I can never put on because I'm too hot all the time.
Yeah, no, it stinks, dude. You know what the thing is you don't realize about these jackets? And it's not just mine, it's everyone's. Everyone's jacket smells. You don't wash your jacket a lot. Like, no matter what, there's always a smell to jackets. Like, nobody washes their jackets every year. You're lucky if someone washes their jacket maybe once a year, I think, at least in New York. So it's just, it's cold. There's so many layers. I'm like a bear. If I get an itch on my back, I'm rubbing against poles. And I tried like riding my bike last week in the cold, and like the wind is coming in my eyes. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to spot celebrities for my job this time of year.
When they're all bundled up.
And then also, lastly, the Christmas tree is terrible.
What do you mean? Down in the
Rockefeller Center?
Rockefeller, yeah.
Yeah, why? Rockefeller Center, the Christmas tree is the worst. The traffic is miserable. It's miserable. You can't get around. It's just the crowds and everything where you try to avoid that area at all times. It's just so bad. So I can't wait till they cut that tree down. I try to actually not even go in that area until that tree is down.
Everyone else is like angry it's so funny. Everyone else is so excited to see it, and you're like, get that fucking Christmas tree out of here so I can move.
Cut it down. Move it to like Central Park. Just get everyone away because I just got to move around. And it's like NBC, and a lot of celebrities go in and out. So I'm just dealing with it. But I was just in LA. LA is so nice. I saw you.
Yes, you did. And we'll get into it. I had no idea that you were going to come surprise me. So that was pretty fun. By the way, excuse my random coughs. I've got one of those like, you're getting out of a cold and you've got that like post-nasal drip. And the more you think about it, the more you need to cough. And you're trying to think like, don't cough, don't cough, don't cough. And then the more it tickles. I'm in that phase right now. So I'm trying really hard not to just hack through this entire podcast. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's all good. So actually, let's read a review. We're just kind of rambling right now. Do you have a review?
I got a review, of course. Don't ask me questions you know the answers to, Adam. All right, this one comes from Corey Facio, I believe is how you say your name. Corey, sorry if I butchered your name. 5 stars. Made a Believer Out of Me is the title. I never got into pop culture much until recently, discovered the Hollywood Raw podcast, and now not only do I look forward to hearing what's new in the world of entertainment, I look forward to the banter between these two guys who keep it fresh and interesting. Thanks, Corey. Perfect review.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Keep the reviews coming in, guys. Again, if you leave a review, we'll actually read your review live on air. But yeah, I was in LA for a few days. I had a huge meeting. I can't tell you who the meeting was with, but I had a very big meeting out there.
You don't want to say it, Cher? You're gonna just keep that to yourself?
Yeah, I can't say who it was. It's one of those things that
I just said it. It's Cher, guys.
I thought you said Cher. I was like, yeah, Cher. Okay, I was gonna roll over that. Okay, yes, I met with Cher, and I'm basically creating her own mesh pants, like those pants she used to wear.
She's looking for another younger boyfriend.
She's looking for she's looking for someone to help her design her chaps. Remember she wore those chaps in that video? That's the only thing. I have very few moments of. Did I ever tell you how I met Cher?
Yes, you said you like ran into her randomly in the middle of the street and she looked like a unicorn or something.
Dude, it was insane. It was I think it was like a bunch of protests going on in New York City. Everyone was protesting. I forgot which protest because every week there's a different protest. But I got down some random street and she was just standing there by herself, but she was dolled up. And it was the most surreal thing. I was like, are you Cher? Like, I've
got a question for you. We never.
I almost thought it was an impersonator, but yeah.
How did she look close up, like in person?
She looked like Cher. Like she looked good, but she looked like Cher. It wasn't like she was like caked on makeup or anything.
Yeah,
she looked like Cher, but she has this look where if you saw a woman who looked like Cher, you would actually think it's an impersonator.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like she's
like you. Like
it's just random. She's not a real person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I honestly thought it was an impersonator. In fact, it still could be an impersonator. I don't know. I don't know. But she was actually very nice. But it was just so random. She didn't have security with her. She was like maybe had a friend with her. It was very
okay. Then that's definitely an impersonator. Cher with no security. Does that even sound possible?
Dude, I still don't even know. It's so funny because I don't even know if it's still Cher, but I believe it was because it was like these protests and she was like in this area that you kind of weren't supposed to be. But, so again, back to LA. Hold on. When I go to LA, and I don't know if you're like this, Dax, when you travel out east, but I'll get into the celebrity thing and the meeting and stuff. But when I go to LA, every time I travel in the airport, especially, all I do is look for celebrities.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Do you do that?
100%. And the flights back and forth between New York and LA are the flights that I've seen the most celebrities on. I think that's probably like the most common route, people going out for, late shows and morning shows and stuff like that. That those flights, no matter, and I would say American Airlines is the number one for seeing celebs going from New York to LA.
Then
and
Delta.
Then maybe Delta, yeah.
Yeah, American, then Delta. I even know the numbers. Delta, American Airlines 181. Like I even know the flight numbers because I've done it for so long and tracked those flights. But yeah, American Airlines, Delta. I fly United because I fly out of Newark. But it's the way Newark United set up. I usually get to the airport pretty late, so I never get to see like the first boarding group, which is usually the first class. And the way United is, like that wing of first class, you don't walk through. You just kind of take a right, and they're like in their own little wing. So I never see that group. But I didn't see any celebrities at the airport this time. Last time I was at the airport, Cedric the Entertainer was on my flight. So that's right. Like right away, I get off the plane. I'm looking, especially LAX. I'm looking for celebrities. And then I had some time to kill before this meeting. So I drove by Rodeo Drive. I drove by Cannon. I drove by Rodeo. And as I'm driving through Cannon, I see like the TMZ girl looking for celebrities. She walks right by one of the biggest tennis players in the world. This guy, Nick Kyrgios, whatever. He's like this guy. He's this tennis player that takes his racket and he goes nuts during his matches. He's kind of like the new John McEnroe. Really like fun, interesting guy. But she walked right by him. I was like, fuck. I jumped out of my car and got a photo with him. Super nice guy. And then I started driving down the street a little bit more, and I ran into the Nelk Boys, which are like big YouTube stars.
Yeah, huge.
And I just see them. I'm like, yo, and they're like, yo. It was just so funny to see them on the other side of a country, because the one thing in New York, But when you're in the other side of a country and you run into them, it's kind of cool and it's
Mhm.
exciting. And these guys I always run into, which is pretty cool because I'm a fan of these guys. And it's just fun to always run into these guys from Miami, Arizona, LA, New York. Even like when they like random
So
times in New York,
what
I'm
do you
trying to
guys
say
talk
hello.
about then?
Just talk, we just BS. But this time they were like, actually waiting for an Uber, and I was driving by in my rental car, and I saw them, and it was just like so funny and so quick.
Why didn't
But
you
again,
pick them
they're
up then?
honestly, I thought, but the cars were honking behind me. I felt weird. It was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it was just like a weird thing. And they were honestly, you could tell they were like waiting for their Uber. It wasn't like they were just like trying to get an Uber. They're like looking for their Uber. And
Mhm.
cars were honking behind me. But Cannon's like one of those drives. LA is just such a vibe, man. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people listen to this podcast. They've been to LA, they maybe never been, but it's such a show.
Why do you
Like,
say that though? I'm just curious because I'm so used to it. So I'm curious when you come here, what you think is a vibe.
well, let me ask you this, Dex. You're in Orange County. Do you see
Mhm.
a massive difference between Orange County and LA, or is it still sort of like showy in Orange County still?
Oh God, Orange County is really showy. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
There's a
I'm not
crap
really an
ton of
Orange
yeah.
County veteran, so you know it more better
No,
than I do.
there's a ton of money, and I mean, I think there's a reason there's a Housewives of Beverly Hills and a Housewives of Orange County because they both are extravagant in their own right. But I would say that when you're driving through Rodeo and stuff, yeah, that's a whole nother world. And there's a whole nother level of finance up there because people are so rich. And you go into a store that is on Rodeo and it has 3 shirts hanging on the rack, and each shirt has to be $20,000 to have a store open. So yeah, I think there's the level of wealth up there is out of control.
Yeah, and they want to show off their cars, and you dress up. It's like you're rich and you're proud, and you also want to see other rich people. And it's
Yeah.
funny. I went to dinner at this place called Wally's one night, and very good place. It's right off of it was on Cannon, and we had a table right near sort of like the door. So I positioned myself in a way that I could see who was coming in and out. I was trying to find a celebrity coming in and out of the
Mhm.
restaurant, and I didn't. But then one of the people at the table knew the manager, and the manager said that Justin Bieber was in the back and the private room. So I'm like, man, did I miss him? Did he walk in? So that was like bothering. I just wanted to see Justin Bieber. I wasn't gonna like pull out my phone and video him. I just wanted to see a celebrity while I'm there.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I went to the bathroom. I didn't see anything. Then I waited in the bathroom for about 25 minutes in case Justin went to the bathroom.
You weirdo.
I know, but I was like waiting to see it. But apparently, like when Bieber, Drake, Post Malone, they all go there, they're like one of the few, there's a few celebrities they could call ahead. They'll open the back door for them and let them come in like unnoticed. But like, if you're going to go, in my opinion, if you're going to go through all that work, why don't you just like, I don't know, like, is it still worth going out to dinner? Like, why don't you just have them, you
Cater
have
it to your
chefs,
house or
like
something.
do it at your place. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Like going to a
Yeah,
restaurant,
but
it's like a
but
private room.
if you can get that kind of access, isn't it kind of cool? Like if you call up a restaurant and because you want the service, you want it hot off the whatever grill or whatever the hell they cook there, but like you want the experience without the hassle. That's the way to do it, right? Like you walk in a back door, they open up the restaurant to you, you go straight to a table, you don't wait, you're not seen, and then you just enjoy the evening. I mean, shit, if I had that kind of access, I'd utilize it.
I mean, my bill was pretty expensive. But I write that off. But
Wait,
I mean,
did you go with anyone?
no, I went with my buddy. I went with my buddy
Oh,
from
okay.
MTV. Yeah, I went with my buddy Kenny, who was actually on MTV The Challenge back in the day, and a few of his friends. And I was just like, I actually crashed at his hotel room, so I had to like, I don't know, it was fine. I went to dinner with him because I was crashing at his hotel room. So I didn't really go with anybody cool. No, I wish I went with a celebrity, but yeah, it was nothing. His friends, not I don't want to say now my friends. I'm never going to talk to these people again. Let's be real. But I only can imagine when Justin Bieber goes to the private room. Like he just wants to have a nice out, but a nice dinner, but pre-private. It's going to cost him like a little under. I guess 4 people. It's going to cost him at least $2,500, $5,000. He's going to pay to have that
No.
thing. You don't think so?
You're saying just because he's in a private room?
Yeah, private
No,
room. He's gonna
they're
go out
not
to
gonna.
dinner. He's not gonna like.
They're
He's not
not
going
gonna
there just for a
charge.
burger.
They're not going
You
to
think-
charge him extra for that room back there. No way. I think that if he's ordering fancy wines and all that kind of stuff, it makes it worth it for the restaurant to open up the private room. I don't think they're charging him extra for it.
Okay, but Justin Bieber, who could afford it, anything he wants.
100%.
Yeah,
but-
he's an easy Saturday night dinners cost him. How much would you say? Him and
Yeah,
Haley,
but
they go out to dinner. How much do you think that's costing them?
It's going to be if they decide to order the most expensive bottle of wine on the menu. That's where it's going to rack up.
So here's the thing: if Justin Bieber goes out to dinner, and he wants to have wine, do you think Justin orders a bottle, or does he order it by the glass?
A bottle. I think that would make
Even
sense.
though he's going to have a glass, like who knows if he's going to drink more? Two people, they're not going to finish a bottle of wine because it is a lot of wine. They might just have a glass each.
Who
but
are
they'll
you
buy the bottle
talking
of
to,
wine.
bro? There's a lot of bottles of wine me and my wife have finished at restaurants.
Okay. I don't know. I was just like, I'm a glass guy. I'm never buying the bottle. I know,
Yeah.
but luckily in Jersey, actually, it's bring your own. It's bring your own bottle in Jersey.
We have that at a couple restaurants too.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, some restaurants you have to buy the bottle, but most restaurants in Jersey, I would say,
You just got the
they bring a
corkage
bottle,
fee or whatever.
which saves you a ton of money. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I'm also out in California, and I have this big meeting. Again, I can't really get into like what it is and stuff like that. It's just.
Can I just ask one question? Was there a celebrity involved in your meeting?
Yes. Yes.
Multiple
Is it-
celebrities?
Yes.
Hmm.
Not megastars.
Okay.
Not like superstars, but to me, like very big celebrities. But this is how out of like fish out of water I am. Okay, I'm like waiting for the address where we're supposed to meet, and I get the address, and I at first I'm thinking we're going to a restaurant. Sure enough, we're going to a house. I'm like, okay, this is pretty crazy.
Oh.
And when I go to the house, it's in Beverly Hills, and it's one of those houses in Beverly Hills that has like the bushes all in front. You know what I mean?
Like the big
bushes,
gate and fencing?
the gate, the bushes. You can't even see the house, and it has the walls, like the doors that open up to
You mean the
kind of go
gates?
in.
Like
The gates.
yeah.
But I don't even know how to get into those houses. Like even when you get to the intercom, I have such anxiety. Like I don't know what to do. And now it's in my head. Like when I walk into the celebrity's home, do I take my sneakers off? Like I don't want to be weird. Like
You just got to
I'm
follow
thinking-
what they're doing. If they got their shoes on, you leave your shoes on. If they took their shoes off, you take your shoes off.
Dude, but I had such anxiety the entire thing. Like, what do I do? Do I bring a gift? Like now I'm in my head. It's at a house. Should I brought a bottle of wine? Should I brought a gift? And I didn't. But now I'm like, damn it. Anyway, I hit the intercom and they're like, hello? I was like, yeah, hi, this is Adam. I'm like, oh, right this way. The door opens up. Okay. The gates open up. And there's a guy there, not one of the people I'm supposed to see. I'm like, hey, how are you? He's like, hi. I was like, are you valet? And the guy's like, no, I'm security. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay.
By the
He's
way,
like,
what kind of rental car did you have driving into this
a Kia.
fine estate? An IKEA.
Yeah, Kia. But it was nice. It was 2020.
Okay.
So it looks white. It was shiny, but it wasn't in good shape. So I'm a Kia and I pull into the driveway and then like the guy's standing there and I'm like, do you want my keys? He's like, dude, I'm not valet. Go take your keys. Go inside. I was so embarrassed. And I just like kind of like knocked on the door of this huge house and the person opened it up and their shoes were off. I took my shoes off and kind of hung out all night. So, I mean, you take these meetings, dude, and they have more leverage because obviously they're very successful. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you meet with these huge people and you hope that something goes well. And in my head, I went through all these scenarios. Like I envisioned, like I go through this meeting, it goes great. You dream of it. And then all of a sudden you walk out and like, we're the best of friends. Let's, I'm like, this is the job. You got the, and it wasn't bad by any means, but I didn't go like, I walk out of there like, man, I got a job. I mean, there's potential, but
so if
it's kind of depressing in a way. I'm not going to lie. Like, cause it didn't go what you like were really dreaming of.
Yeah.
But
if you could estimate how much the house was worth, what would you say? I'm just trying to figure out level of celebrity we're talking here.
12 million.
Oh, $12 million house.
Is that? Let me ask you, Dax, and it's kind of random. What's the most expensive house you've ever been in?
That is a great question. I'm gonna say a $50 million house.
You've been in a $50 million house?
It was a billionaire's house. Yeah.
Can you tell me who or not?
You wouldn't know the person. He's like a financial person here in Orange County.
And what were you doing there?
A party.
A party? Was it just
Yeah.
insane or?
The house was just ridiculous. Like they had their own, like a cul-de-sac ended, and they had like the whole cul-de-sac. You know what I'm saying? Like the house just kind of wraps around, but then it's in the same like communities where Kobe used to live.
Okay.
So it just kind of wrapped around and overlooked the ocean in Newport Bluffs. It was out of control house. But
Was it had a view too?
Oh, the whole thing, yeah. It's like up on the cliffs overlooking the ocean.
Oh my God. Incredible.
So I'm going to say 50 million minimum on that house.
Wow. I've never been in a $50 million house. I've never been to 50. Mine was maybe 17 in the Hamptons. 17 million in the Hamptons. I've been in some Hamptons houses that are probably like, because the Hamptons are so expensive because it's not, and that's why, but it was a beautiful home, very new, nice. But I went to a house in the Hamptons for probably like a couple million. But the cool part is they had like they had a pool, and then there was a hard top on the pool. So when they don't want to use the pool, they just push a button, and the hard thing comes over the pool, and you don't see the pool. Like a screen comes out of nowhere, so you can actually walk on the pool. It's not like it's.
Did I tell you about a house? So I went to another house in Newport. This guy is into like he does all this like AV computer stuff and sound equipment. We went to a pool party, and they had music blasting in the backyard, and I jumped into the pool, and I could hear the music underwater because they had underwater speakers. That shit was so cool. So and then I was like, I am so poor. Like, I don't even know what it's like to hear music underwater. That's how poor I am. God damn.
So I actually just got invited. Well, I think I'm still figuring out the details. An underwater concert.
What does that even mean?
So I guess they're going to give you like snorkel gear and scuba gear, and they're going to play music underwater in a pool, and they're going to have like a DJ playing speakers underwater, and that's the concert. So everyone's like hanging out in scuba gear and like.
Okay, that's just underwater. Stupid.
It's stupid. Actually, I don't think I'm going to go because I can't go too deep underwater because my ears pop because I'm such a fucking loser.
But like that's kind of a dumb idea. I'm sorry. Like I'm all for raves and weird locations in the forest, on boats, whatever. But like, really, you're gonna make me suit up and then go underwater so I can hear the music?
Yeah, I'm not excited for it. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't really. If all the cool things you could have done, this is not the most exciting thing you could.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Get back to your meeting.
No, but that was it. That was the meeting. So I mean, cool. I mean, it was just interesting to be in one of those houses, like one of those Beverly Hills houses. I've never been, essentially, in one of the Beverly Hills homes. Like this was like MTV crib style home.
What major street was it off of in LA?
Off Sunset. No, I don't want to say what street. Because I don't want to make it weird, but like the Beverly Hills homes off of Sunset. I mean, not far off the Strip. So that's the crazy thing is like right off the Sunset Strip, which can be a little rough or grimy, is these crazy homes. Nowhere else I went to because I needed to piss and I just wanted to kill some time. I just wanted to check out. I walked into Beverly Hills Hilton.
Yeah, nice.
It's a Hilton, right?
Are you talking about the Beverly Hills Hotel or the Hilton?
Beverly Hills Hotel. Sorry, the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Pink one.
Yes.
They got nice bathrooms there too.
Dude,
I've done that.
The Beverly Hills Hotel is cool. It's nice. It's what you want LA to be. Like when you picture Beverly Hills, a hotel in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, it's a really nice hotel. And there's a bunch of guys there. I didn't see any celebrities. However, I felt like I saw a bunch of people that have been on stage at the Academy Awards. Like they're the ones hugging everyone and they're on stage, but you don't know who they are. I saw those people there.
They have a restaurant there that a lot of celebs go to. Yeah, the Polo Bar.
Yeah, the Polo Bar. So I walked into the Polo Bar. I walked in.
And you didn't see anyone?
I didn't take a big lap because I was like wearing like a hoodie and shorts and everyone's like dressed up. And the host was like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just trying to meet up real quick."
Let me tell you the thing. Here in LA, those are some of the most like richest people in LA are the ones walking around in the sweatpants because they don't give a because they got screw you money.
For sure. They dressed down, but the place, everyone inside was dressed up like blazers and everyone was dolled up. And this was like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And I took like a quick glance to see if I could spot someone, but I didn't want to make it weird. But I just wanted to experience that because that's where they do the Academy Awards, right?
No.
No,
No, no, no, no.
what award show did they do
You're
there?
thinking of the Beverly Hilton, which is
Oh, okay.
a different, and that's where they do the Golden Globes.
Got you. That makes
So
sense.
the
So
Beverly Hills Hotel is the pink one that
yes.
has the polo lounge, and that's the one where you see a lot of people. Kim Kardashian has lunch there, Paris, like everyone goes and has like mimosas at the polo lounge.
Yeah, it's really fancy. It's really nice. Like it's one of those things where you go to, I guess have a big meeting. It's I would tell someone if you're just in LA, like maybe and you're really trying to like get the whole experience, take a quick walk through because just to feel what that wealth and what the celebrities are kind of living like.
We used to love to go there, like with my family. We'd go there, use the bathroom, and then like steal their little like towels because they have little monogrammed,
Yeah.
really nice drying hand towels, and we were like, and time to take these because they're dope.
Yeah, I get it. Honestly, I was like trying to see if there was like a merch thing. I would have bought merch from there. Like
Yeah.
it was like it's just cool. It's a vibe. It's super nice, but you can just tell it's so expensive. And there's just so much money out there. Not just there's so much money. It's got to be like grandfathered in somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I did a red carpet in the early days of TMZ there because they would have different
events.
parties and this and that. And I remember interviewing Dakota Fanning at the Beverly Hills Hotel, like on those front steps. It's got the green awning. It's very famous little entrance. And I remember having to get down on my knees to interview her because she was so young at that time.
Yeah, no, it's cool. But you know what the crazy part? It was just a really crazy week for me because in the last week, like I kind of mentioned before, I kind of got a little wasted. I went to the Knicks game the night before I went to LA.
Oh, you didn't finish your story about when you surprised me.
Oh, sorry. So we spoke on the phone,
Yeah.
and we spoke on the phone. Obviously, we were talking, but you're a little bit away from LA.
A good hour away from LA.
And I wasn't going to make you drive up to LA just to see me. And I had another friend in Orange County, and I had another work thing that I could do in Orange County. So I was like, you know what? Rather than have my friend come up to LA, I'm going to stop by, surprise you in Orange County, come by your office. I had to Google your office.
Mm-hmm.
It was I had to do some digging to find your office. It's not the easiest way to find your address. And I just walked into your office one day. You were.
I had just gotten out of a meeting and you walked into my office. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I did not expect to see you at all. You just walked around the corner. You're like, hey, give me a tour. Let's do this. So I was pretty sure I feel like I was caught off guard as I'm giving you a tour of the place. I'm like still trying to be like, wrap my mind around the fact that you're standing in my office, which was pretty funny.
I actually debated reaching out to your wife. And like, if your kid had a soccer game, I was gonna reach out to your wife and surprise you at the soccer game. Your kid start rooting for your kid, like next to you, like, well, come on, like, who's this guy rooting for my kid? And I take off my hood. He's like, what are you doing here? There's so many things I thought in my head, but yeah. So I got
So I gave you the tour. What'd you think of the office, by the way? So this is where we're talking about the Trophy Smack headquarters, by the way.
Yeah. So Dax, obviously, if you don't know, Dax is another company called Trophy Smack. That's a Mark Cuban company as well. They made a deal on Shark Tank, and they do e-commerce of trophies. Trophy Smack is called. And the office is insane. Like Dax, and I'm not saying this because Dax is my podcast partner, my friend. I'm saying because it's a real business. It's a business, and Dax runs. It's one of the guys who helps. Like one of the lead guys who runs the business. And it's these guys. It's a plant. These guys are pumping away these cool trophies and stuff, and it's well decorated. It's well designed. But for me, the coolest part is on the upstairs of Dax's office. He's got a legit bowling alley. Like you can actually bowl. This is not like something you could buy at Dick's Sporting Goods and it's like, oh, let's play bowling. No, he has bowling. He's a bowling alley on top. Actually, if you're downstairs, if you're working, can you hear the people bowling upstairs?
Oh yeah, so the bowling alley literally goes across. So Matt's office, my business partner, his office is right below where you would kind of like let the ball go when it hits the bowling alley. And my office is underneath where it would hit the pins. And so there is a rule of absolutely no bowling during work hours because we wouldn't be able to get anything done. The second you turn that thing on, it's a beast. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. out, like it's a big ass machine up there.
Yeah, it's heavy.
So
It's thick. It's legit.
it
So
is. It's literally it's a Brunswick bowling machine. So what you see in a bowling alley is we have 2 lanes that are pulled out of like a regular bowling alley and put upstairs.
yeah, no, it's pretty cool. So I just got to see. It was good to see you, bud. Good to see your new office.
Yeah, thanks for
And
driving down.
yeah. So it was good to see that. Then I hung out with a friend in Orange County. Then I went back uptown and back to northern. Well, I went back to LA, hung out on the beach for a while. So it was cool. Good place to get vitamin D. I love it. But I was saying before I even went to LA, I don't really drink. Do I drink? I drink, but I don't like drink as much as I do. I don't put myself in the situations where I drink a lot anymore or binge drink.
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, I probably if I have 2 drinks a month, that's probably on average. It's like random. If I'm at dinner, I'll have a glass of wine. Maybe after a show, I'll have a beer. I don't know. I kind of drink randomly. I'm never like drinking. But I went with a buddy. I called the Knicks. So comedian Jared Freed, who some people know from in our Facebook group. I said to him, "Hey, let's go."
You mentioned this briefly on the other day, right? That you guys
Yeah.
had
So,
gone.
but going to the
Are you
Knicks
going to give
game,
me a full rundown of everything? Because that's what I really want to hear.
yeah. So going to a Knicks game, we went as like the celebrity experience.
Yeah.
And Dax, man, I don't know if the Lakers do it like the Knicks do. Like if the celebrities get free tickets, maybe. But there's so many celebrities
100%.
in LA. Yeah, but there's so many celebrities in LA who want free tickets. I gotta imagine it'd be a little bit more competitive to get those seats. A little bit harder.
I think
Because you're getting honestly, the Knicks give it to like random celebrities, where the Lakers, that's where everyone lives, and there's so many celebrities. You could have 200 celebrities at a game, and like,
but New York is still a hotbed for celebrities too. What are you talking about?
Well, we don't get it. We don't have as many. But anyway, so we got like these VIP tickets to the Knicks. We go there, and first we get to go in through a private entrance, and they have someone greet you at the door, like, "Oh, hey, blah blah, blah. Hey, welcome. Let me bring you upstairs." They bring you upstairs, coat check.
Wait, hold on. These are probably the same people that see you outside filming. So when they come to meet you at the door and let you in, are they like, why are you coming in?
They're all looking at each other like, that's him? But like, I'm not wearing a hat. They're like, "Hey, what is he doing?" I'm like, "Guys, I made it." A few of the people are very cool about it. One guy was like really pissed off, and I think he was almost going to tell on me, like, "Hey, this guy shouldn't be here." I'm like, "Come on, man, just let me go enjoy myself." But they bring you to this section, they greet you at the door. They give you your own greeter, brings you to a room where they coat check, which is super nice to have a coat check. So you don't bring your coat to a game, like you can relax. Coat check, they give you a towel. Then they seat you like, how many? 2 people? We'll seat you. And they seat you in the room. And if the room is like.
What do you mean seat you in the room? Is like a lounge?
A lounge where there's a buffet of food and a bar. And take whatever you want. Which is weird because it's free drinks in the room, and you could take the drinks to the inside to the garden, to the court. But if you want to get drinks while you're sitting at the game, you have to pay for those drinks.
Okay.
But we wanted to get wasted. Me and Jared. I didn't say wasted. We had a good time. But I drank more than I usually do, and I had to get on an early flight. So, but it's when I go inside parties like this or events like this, it's surreal for me to be inside. And then I wonder with these celebrities if they recognize me. Like, you know who I am on the street. You know him when I have the camera in my hand. I'm on the street like, oh, I know who this guy is. And they don't really know my name, but they know my face, and they kind of know what's going on. But on the inside, I get like neurotic. I'm like, I don't know if they know me. But which was really cool that people actually came to me and like out of their way to say hi to me.
Who
came
to you to say hi?
Skylar Aston, the actor. He came up to me. Really nice. He's like, "Hello, how are you? Nice to see you." And like, it was
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea who that is. Who is that?
Google him, you know who he is. If you Googled him,
Skylar Aston.
Yeah, very nice guy.
Excuse me.
If you Google him, you know who he is.
Gotcha.
Pitch Perfect, yeah. So he's a very nice guy. He's done a bunch of stuff. He came up and said hi to me. Victor Cruz from the Giants came up and said hi to me. Kelly Ben-Simone came up to me. I mean, there wasn't like huge names this night actually in the room. I didn't want to like kind of
What?
the
By the way,
mayor
what
of
is?
Bloomberg was there, a billionaire was there, but there's a lot of money in the room. Like the guy who was the CEO of Verizon was there, and that's a huge deal. You know?
What is Kelly Ben Simone up to these days?
So she is on. She was telling me, she is on Girl Strip on Bravo. It's coming back, and
Oh,
she's on
that's
one of those girl
right.
strips where they bring in the best of or popular Real Housewives, and they put them on a girl strip and they make a show out of it. So she's doing that, and she also does real estate. You know, she has Kelly, which is a good move for her. Kelly knows a lot of people. She's wealth. You know, she's done well herself, but her environment, the people she networks with, her surrounding circle is there's a lot of wealth there, and these people have money, so she does real estate for them. So
Mm.
you know, it's a good business. It's a good hustle for her. You know, so did that. So it's been a wild week, and then when I'm not doing that, I'm on Instagram watching Britney Spears.
Well, I
Dude,
feel like we should.
Britney Spears is, man. Dax, what are your thoughts on this whole Britney Spears situation right now?
You know what's interesting, dude? Like, so there was a time where we all covered Britney Spears, and then it got to a point where we said, all right, Britney Spears isn't healthy. Like, her mental health is in question here. Let's not cover her like we used to cover her, right? Like, it almost became like an unsaid thing in the industry of like, she needs to help herself. So like, this needs to stop being a poke fun of situation, or people need to relax off of covering her so much. And then people did. And then it was like, free Britney. And then people are like, look, she has her freedom back. And then it became okay to like make fun of Britney again and talk about her. And I read all these articles, and I feel like we're at this point where I'm going, I think people need to go back to this. We need to stop making fun of her because there's something more going on. Like, people need to have a little more compassion, I feel like, with Britney, because she's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
What do you
don't
mean
think
she's not there? You're so break it down. Like, so when Britney first was starting posting, when she got emancipated. Is that the word? Emancipated,
Okay.
right?
Well,
Is that the word
not
that people
really,
use when she?
because
What was
she
the word
just
when she got freed from
she
her
got
dad?
released from a conservatorship. That's it.
Emancipated. Okay, when she got, I forgot the word. She got released from her conservatorship from her father.
Yeah.
Because at that time, let's walk back a little bit. Everyone was free Britney, free Britney. The popular thing on the internet was free Britney, and her father freed her, and everyone kind of set back. And then right away, she kind of went pretty gnarly. Is the term I would use.
Well,
What
I
would you
think
use on social
so.
media?
I think that I myself also wanted to be like, okay, well, you know, I didn't think she necessarily needed to be completely freed. I think there needed to be some kind of structure there because she has dealt with mental health issues for so long. But my big thing is like, who's watching out for Britney? Like, if her dad was evil and did all these things, fine, get him out of the picture. But like, who's watching out for her best interest? Because you see this conservatorship go away, and then you see the people that she's surrounding herself with.
Well,
and
Sam was. So after her father back, Sam was the guy. I guess was
correct.
kind of looking out for it. Now
Yeah,
they're
he
no
was
longer
there, and
together.
then that marriage goes away, and then like, who's there other than Cade, who is her manager, her best friend? He's the one you see in a lot of her videos. You see a bunch of just weird, random people that she's surrounding herself with, and I think that's not good because people are in it for a reason. They either want money, they want fame, they want something out of her. I don't think they're in it for just friendship, right? Like, and that's you got to look at these motives that the people are surrounding herself. So I'm going, who's looking out for Britney? At the end of the day, who the hell is looking out for Britney? Because I don't feel like she's looking out for herself. The way that she is posting on social media, I feel like someone else should be like, Britney, let's slow your roll because we need to make sure that the things that you post don't come back to haunt you at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? The media was when Britney was originally freed. The media was all over the stories of Britney, and then obviously Sam, the wedding, they're all over that story, and then she kept posting on the internet. And I felt like the story started to slow down. Maybe
Mhm.
because Britney started to post so much that people are starting to realize, hey, this is not a celebrity necessarily going, I don't want to say the word crazy, but like kind of acting kind of
But no,
um,
because like when I Google headlines and I just put in, Britney Spears Instagram, it's like Britney Spears goes fully naked on Instagram. Britney Spears dancing with knives again. Britney Spears, what else? Uh, Britney Spears makes fish-like faces, flaunts breasts, and bizarre new IG video. Like they're covering this because it's not mentally stable, right? Like, don't you think that we should all kind of pull back collectively and kind of let her not take herself completely out of, and just be a mockery? Like, I don't know. I feel bad for her, man. I
but
don't know.
so yes, you are right. Um, but at what point does the media, from your experience, start to say, "Hey, we're going to slow down doing this because this is becoming a very serious mental health issue," and they don't want to be involved?
They're not going to do it until the public says stop covering her. Like, there needs to be some kind of upcry or outcry for, hey, she's not healthy. Stop covering her like you used to. Stop
So the
vilifying her.
public has to basically say stuff.
I
Has
think
to
so,
say,
because the problem is the media does stories because it gets traction and because it gets attention, and they're only posting stuff because that's what the public is craving. But until the
so
public as a whole goes, this is not okay anymore, like we did with Amanda Bynes, like we did with Britney Spears the first time, they're going to keep posting it.
so would your hope be to tell the Britney fan base, the Britney audience, to kind of all speak up and kind of get the internet going and get that viral moment where we're all saying, media, stop covering Britney. Yes, we will continue to follow her on Instagram, but stop giving this story gas because this is someone that needs general, like, you don't want to promote, how should I say this? It's hard because it's people get very sensitive when it comes to mental health issues.
Well,
So
I think that the hard part is, like, I want Britney to just get off Instagram. I want her to get healthy, or I want her to, you
is
know,
Instagram, but Instagram's not the issue. It's not
no,
helping the issue, but it's not.
but
You don't want to
like
see
when
it.
I'm seeing, like, I open up my Instagram and hers is one of the first ones that pops up on my feed almost every time. And, again, I want her to feel empowered and feel sexy about her body, but on the other hand, I'm like, I feel like I just opened up an OnlyFans app. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is
Yeah.
literally rolling around naked every time. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the one who's like more worried about her image than she is. You know what I'm saying? I think about, uh, if she was totally all there, would she want to be doing what she's doing? I don't know.
I mean, her kids, from the outside looking in, seem like they're just like they don't want that type of attention. I mean, this is their
Well,
mom.
they've
They're not young
distanced
kids anymore.
themselves
These are,
from her completely.
yeah, these are not young children anymore. These are, they're almost 18 years old, or they could be 18 around there now. So it's they know what's going on and they don't want have anything to do with it. So you would hope
But
that
that's
Brittany would
sad.
kind of
Like,
change her ways to be like, hey, I need to be involved in my children's life or as a mother. It's one thing having fun, so, but also
I
the
think that's
kids.
my wish for Britney, was that she was able to, like, rebuild that relationship with her kids. Like, stop stop the posting on Instagram. If it's embarrassing your children, stop posting on Instagram and work on that relationship, because that relationship is so much more valuable and important than any other relationship in this world. Like, the mother-child relationship, it is very sad. And I think a lot of her struggles are because that relationship is not there. I think that she has mentally struggled with that lack of mother-child relationship and how it was kind of taken away and she had no control over it and all that stuff. But I don't feel like there's any progress being made to fix it either right now.
One celebrity who's really good that's similar to Britney in a way, because they
Mhm.
kind of came in the same generation, that's really good as far as handling the media. And we only see this person in like kind of glimpses, is Christina Aguilera. Christina
Okay.
Aguilera, who they came up together, same kind of
Mhm.
class. Obviously, Britney was, the bigger star, but Christina was a star in herself. It's crazy how you don't ever see paparazzi photos of Christina Aguilera for the most part. You don't see much
She
about her when she
doesn't
comes out.
step
Like, oh
out
my
as
god,
much. Yeah.
yeah, she doesn't step out, but she still as goes to the supermarket. She still goes to probably restaurants, and you just don't ever see anything about her, which
Well,
is
dude, I think the difference is she doesn't do as much crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not out here doing wild things, causing headlines, and so she doesn't have paparazzi sitting there following her every move. And I
yeah,
think that's how it should be. If you don't have controversy all the time, the paparazzi leave you alone and only get you kind of when you want to be seen.
exactly. But Google Christina Aguilera. Did you see the photos of her last week?
I
She,
did.
and it's funny. We don't see her often, but then finally she comes back with this photo. Everyone's like, "Man, look at Christina Aguilera!" And the
Did you think
photo,
she looked that strange? I feel like that was makeup that made her look a little different because like I've seen that numerous times where people are like, oh my god, they've had all this plastic surgery, they look so different. I'm like, no, they got makeup on and they contoured a little different and they look different, but not like they
her make,
cut
but
their face
she
up.
always Christina was a person who always wore makeup.
Mhm.
The eye makeup, the eyeshadow, all that stuff. So I think she got maybe a few injections, maybe possibly. I mean, but she seems like a girl who stays out of the sun as well. So
Mhm.
um, she's older. I think Christina Aguilera is 42 years old.
So wait, question:
So
did you think she looked good or not good in in that video?
I thought she looked good.
I thought she looked good.
Yeah, I thought she looked good. But people are like,
So to
oh, they
me,
jump right
again,
away. Oh, she got work done on her face. And even if she did, who cares? But I guess the question is, she got so much work, she's unrecognizable.
I see.
And
I disagree. She didn't look unrecognizable. She looked good. She didn't look that strange to me. I could tell that it was Christina. She just looked like she had a new makeup lady, in my opinion. I don't
yeah,
know.
no,
Maybe.
she looks good. And actually, she's on her Instagram. Like Christina Aguilera looks great on her. Like she does a great job with her Instagram. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like a very sexy, sleek. You know, she's good at it. She's good on Instagram. And able to control her image or the way people look at her. But on the other side, also Jessica Simpson was shown last week, and people are jumping on Jessica Simpson. On how she looks and what has she done. And again, I'm not the person. I don't judge either way. I don't care either way if he did
Mhm.
anything. I am all about like, dude, go do what makes you feel good. Well, look good, feel good, go for it. Part of me also questions though. I'm just curious in what you did just so I can learn about it, because
Okay.
sometimes they do things that you don't know about. Like The Rock, for
Mhm.
example. The Rock, after 50, still looks incredible. I don't care if he did steroids. I don't care if you do HGH, testosterone. I don't judge that. Just tell me what you're doing so I can learn more about it, And I know he doesn't want to maybe tell some people what he's doing in case it's, he doesn't want people to damage their own bodies because they might get some sort of injection that is not as quality or not have the right person do it. The Rock, obviously, if he is doing something, he has the right team around him,
Can
and
we?
he doesn't want
Can
to promote
I
other
just
people
want to
doing
know
bad stuff.
what Paul Rudd is doing. How does
I think
that man not age?
Paul Rudd. I actually want to see the latest photos of Paul Rudd to see.
Paul Rudd
Paul Rudd looks good.
has looked the same for the last 30 years. He does not age. They put up photos of people who are his age, like side by side. It's so crazy.
But here's the thing: is Dex, if you are an actor, you're successful.
Yeah.
You have enough money coming in where you could eat the right food. You could, even if you have family, you could have a nanny or two to kind of take that stress off you so you
Mhm.
can relax a little bit more instead of, damaging your body. I think maybe that's it. What you say, right? That's the only thing I can say what he's done.
Yeah, I
If
mean, most
maybe
people
he's
still
done
age,
some
but
other things or hacks,
but
but
like Paul Rudd looks the same now as he did in Clueless. Like, how is that possible?
He probably looks better than he did in Clueless. Yeah, he looks great. 54 years old. 54 years old. Clueless came out in 1995. Paul Rudd still looks great.
So cool.
Sexiest man.
He found the fountain of youth, or a really good doctor, or just doesn't age. Just great genetics. I don't know. I just would like to. I would like to know the truth behind some of these people in Hollywood, especially the men who we all give credit for. Like, these men look. They don't age, blah, blah. In reality, there's a lot of dudes going, getting their Botox, going under the knife. It's not as common. So people don't point the finger at them, men saying that they get it done.
Yeah, the men don't speak up. And I can't speak for women, because women, she's so pretty, but she got work done. I'm like, yeah, they might have got work done, but I don't care. Like, just tell me what you did so I could just learn about it and know that there is some sort of thing out there that they could do, Like, I even thought about, like, if I'm talking to people about getting a penis deduction, let me know what you did. Is your back
a deduction?
A
did
deduction,
it pay too many taxes?
My back. Does insurance cover that? Like, how does that work? Just tell me what you guys did, because I don't want to have back issues when I get older. So it's just like that.
Random episode
all right,
this turned out to be.
This is so random. This is just such a random thing. I hope you guys hung out with us. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is what you guys did. You hung out with us. Random episode. Appreciate you guys. Occasionally we do this where me and Dex get to catch up, and especially off these West Coast, East Coast trips, it's just sort of fun just kind of for me to kind of talk about it, because again, we are, both of us, and you guys included, we're just such fans of Hollywood and celebrity and entertainment news that it's just,
it's what we love to talk about.
Yeah,
it's our passions.
It is our passion. Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're on Instagram, follow us. Facebook, we have a private Facebook group called Off the Record, which I would tell you guys, you should really join our private Facebook group, Off the Record. You just answer a question, we'll let you in. It's a really cool community. Find me at Adam Glynn. Find Dax Holt at Dax Holt. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.
What's up, guys? If you like that video, there's plenty more where that came from.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, so we can just feed you all the goodness daily.
Hurry up. Come on, let's go.